9:01 and a quorum being present, and call this meeting of the Transportation Policy Board to order. And please rise for a pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you, members. We'll go to open comment period.
For public comment, we have Mr. Mike Rooney.
Thank you, Roger, for your efficiency. Were there anybody else listed?
No, sir, that was
I
it.
think I signed up. No, I want to congratulate you on your appointment, and you also, congratulations, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't need my whole 3 minutes to congratulate you guys.
Do you need any other announcements?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
I'm going to steal your water.
There's people waiting for you to announce something today. All right, I'll move to item number 1.
Item number 1 is discussion and action to approve the minutes for the January 27, 2017 Transportation Policy Board meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve. Judge Escobar and Mayor Pereira. Is there any discussion on the item? Chair hears none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Move to item 2.
Item number 2 is discussion action to approve the recommendation from the Transportation Project Advisory Committee to amend the Horizon 2040 Metropolitan Transportation Plan and the Horizon 2017-2020 Transportation Improvement Program to A, program the New Mexico 136 Pete Domenici Highway Corridor Improvements MPO ID number P614D CNE 100080 project to use $316,000 of Surface Transportation Program Flex Funds for Phase 3 services during construction in fiscal year 2017. Item number B is amend Phase 3 of New Mexico 136 Rehabilitation Project, MPO ID number R610C CNE 100083 for pavement rehabilitation bridge preservation and intersection and drainage improvements to add $1,870,000 of National Performance Program freight funds to the already existing $11,163,151 of the National Highway Performance Freight Funds, $1,443,946 of Border State Infrastructure Funds, and $2,392,903 of National Highway Performance Funds for a total amount of $16,870,000 in fiscal year 2017.
Mr. Lindos.
Sorry. I have 3 more.
Oh, sorry.
Item C is amend Phase 2 of New Mexico 136 Rehabilitation Project, MPO ID number R611B CNE 100082 for pavement rehabilitation, bridge preservation, and intersection and drainage improvements to add $2,150,000 of National Highway Performance Program freight funds to the already existing $5 million funds for a total amount of $7,150,000 in fiscal year 2018. Item D is amend New Mexico 273 McNutt Road Center Turn Lane Project, MPO ID number P615X CNE 100160 for the additional of a center turn lane, Americans with Disabilities Act, and drainage improvements, lighting, and construction of multiple use path from Racetrack Drive to Ross Road to add $4,500,000 of Highway Safety Improvement Program funds to the already existing $3,950,000 Highway Safety Improvement funds and $1,400,000 of Congestion Mitigation Air Quality funds and $900,000 of state road funds for a total amount of $10,750,000 in fiscal year 2017. And item E is amend New Mexico 498 Bridge Replacement Project, MPO ID number B604X CNE 100140 for bridge replacement structure number 7394 to add $150,000 of surface transportation program flex funds to the already existing $850,000 large urban funds for a total amount of $1 million in fiscal year 2017.
Myla, can you repeat all that? The judge was distracted.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the Policy Board. Jose Landeros, Vice Chair for the TPAC. This is an amendment to both the MTP and TIP, and TPAC is recommending approval of all the changes. Most of them are just adding additional funds to already existing projects on the New Mexico side.
Members, are there any questions on these items? Representative Cook? Yes.
I had sent you several emails concerning the training it's not on the agenda, but the training requirements in the bylaws say that if you don't have the training by the end of 120 days, you lose your voting privileges. And so I'm wondering if you're going to enforce that, Chair, or if we're not going to abide by the bylaws.
And I sent you an email requesting you to send me the section of the bylaws you're referring to. I believe you're actually referring to a policy that we adopted and not the bylaws. However, I asked for a list of members who, pursuant to that policy, did not have voting privileges today, and there are 5 members, and I have those here. And I'll actually, as a point of information, Ms. Granados, I guess, can you just, for the body, so we know who has not met that requirement?
For those members that cannot vote today are Mr. Jose Cervantes, New Mexico State Senator, Mr. Bill Gomez, New Mexico State Representative, Mary Gonzalez, Texas State Representative, Jose Rodriguez, the Texas Senator, and Diana Trujillo, the Mayor of Anthony, New Mexico.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you,
the
Chair.
that's the information that I have. Do we have any further discussion on this motion, on this item?
Chair, I move to approve.
I have a
Second.
motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries.
Item number 3 is discussion action to approve the recommendation from the Transportation Project Advisory Committee to focus the amendment to the Horizon 2040 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, the Horizon 2017-2020 Transportation Improvement Program, and the Horizon 2040 Transportation Conformity Report for the following projects and elements related to these projects for funding, added capacity changes, and project consistency with the El Paso MPO to state and federal documents. Item number A is the I-10 Connect project from Loop 375 Cesar Chavez to Yandell Drive at an estimated cost of $84,634,919 in fiscal year 2019. Item B is D program C029X Bridge of the Americas Fast Lane Secure project using $1,034,000 of local funds in fiscal year 2019. Item C is US 62180 Montana Avenue Main Lanes and Frontage Road projects from Global Reach Drive to Zaragoza Road at an estimated cost of $121,733,894 in fiscal year 2019. Item D is Loop 375 Purple Heart Boulevard Main Lanes and Frontage Roads project from US 62180 Montana to Spur 601 at an estimated cost of $44,663,725 in fiscal year 2019. Item D is Loop 375 Americas Avenue Toll and Main Lanes project from Zaragoza Road to Bob Hope Drive at an estimated cost of $34,500,000 in fiscal year 2018. Item F is East Lake Boulevard Phase 1 and 2 projects from Interstate 10 to Horizon Boulevard at a combined estimated cost of $59,960,000 in fiscal year 2017. Item G is FM 1110 Phase 1 and 2 projects from Interstate 10 to Alameda Avenue at a combined estimated cost of $35 million in fiscal year 2018 and 19. And Airport Road project from New Mexico 136 P. Da Vinci Highway to the Santa Teresa, New Mexico Airport entrance at an estimated cost of $8,826,931 in fiscal year 2017.
Mr. Landeros?
Mr. Chairman, board members, Jose Landeros, Vice Chair of the TPAC. To provide some context, the board at last month's meeting directed TPAC and staff to evaluate what making an amendment to the existing MTP would look like. At our last TPAC meeting, the board worked with staff to identify some projects and established that TxDOT would work in conjunction both at the division and the district level with MPO and any sponsor agencies on putting this amendment together. We had 2 meetings, and we finished actually yesterday afternoon. We had a late meeting that ran until about 6 in the evening discussing these. And so the recommended action on these items is we're going to ask that the board consider making 3 motions. The first one relates to item B, which is the City of El Paso's Secure Fast Lane project. The City of El Paso had requested additional time to coordinate this project with TxDOT and with MPO. And after yesterday's meeting, there's no objection to that. Working together to try and figure out how this project fits into the planning documents is something that both the MPO and TxDOT are committed to. And if there's any changes that may be necessary, we could capture that in the new 2045 MTP that will be put together by the summer, fall of this coming year. So the first item that the board should take action on would be to delete item B.
Hold on. I got you.
That item.
I know.
And then the second and third motions, we'd ask that the board consider grouping together sub-items A, D, and E. Those projects are primarily concerned with changes in funding source. A, D, and E. Those are the I-10 Connect, Loop 375 Purple Heart, and Loop 375 Americas Avenue. So A, D, and E, those primarily are changes in the amount of funding for the projects and funding types. So we ask that the board consider approving those projects together. And lastly, items C, F, G, and H. Those projects are having their project request forms updated with additional project limits. So, for example, East Lake is one of the county's projects. The original document states that there is, we just need to update the limit of the project to make sure that what we're going to go out to construct is actually planned in the documents correctly. So we're updating limits and the number of lanes on those projects. So those are the 3 action items that we would request from the board this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Landeros, and I appreciate your work and the work of TPAC obviously working till late yesterday to work through these items. So what I heard was first that we would amend, I will entertain a motion to delete item 3B.
Motion to delete 3B.
I have a motion from Mayor Leeser, a second from Representative Nyland. Is there any discussion on that? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Okay, motion carries. From what I understood, and correct me if I get this wrong, the next motion that was recommended was to approve 3A, 3D, and 3E, so I would entertain a motion to that effect.
So moved.
Judge Escobar, motion, Mayor Leeser, second. Any discussion on that item? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. The remaining item would be to make an amended motion to approve items 3C, F, G, and H.
So moved. Second.
All right. Everybody's chomping at the bit. Representative Miller, Judge Escobar with the second. Any discussion on that item? Chair hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you so much for your work.
Mr. Chair, board members, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Do we have any other further business before the board?
That is all, sir, for today.
Mr. Rooney's okay? We're good?
See, this is why we made you
Okay.
chair.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Excellent.
Thank you all. The next meeting will be March 17th
Chairman Moody?
here.